this is the kind of wood splitting that most shows don't show you. Because sometimes a piece of wood that you're trying to split has knots that run all the way through it. So it's a son of a bitch to get it to start cracking. So here's a little more reality. Start of a typical day, have our coffee, start the fire, warm the tent up. Then I go in, cook us some breakfast, and try to organize the tent a little bit. Sweeping is something that I do at least 6 times a day because it's just dirty. Yeah, tent life is dirty. It's nice to have these rugs, these plastic, recycled plastic rugs. This one's especially groovy for in here because the weave is this way, so it makes the sweeping really easy. And Jack is out getting water, and he pulls into shore and hands it off to me. And if I'm not listening, he sits there waiting for me to take the bucket. Being the creative soul that he is, he decided that he would play harmonica to let me know that he's close. He thinks it might be a mosquito repellent too, the sound of the harmonica. He may be right. We know it's a cat repellent.
Bye.
Bye. So we have another nice day today, which was a pleasant surprise. And we're hard at work on the outhouse. Since we went to town yesterday, we have ice. So really enjoying the amazing luxury of a glass of ice water. The things you take for granted. Let's see how Lumberjack's doing over here. One of the good things about this wet summer that we haven't talked about is that we can have a fire going, and we've been keeping one going because the bugs have been so bad. So a lot of times we'll have a smudge fire out here and burning these conchs to try and help keep the bugs away. But right at the moment, because we're having a nice day and we've got a breeze, I can actually sit here and enjoy it. So yeah, that's really nice. That's something to appreciate. And of course, cold water. We've been hearing thunder for a couple of hours. Looks like a little storm is blowing through again. Storms are always more exciting when you live in a tent. Oh yeah. There's some thunder.
We're getting ready for a quick trip into town. It is the 4th of July. Happy 4th, everybody. Of course, by the time you see this, it will be long gone. But I'm thinking of you on the 4th of July. And today is my niece's birthday, one of my nieces, and she has a baby that we haven't met yet. And my other niece, her sister, also has a baby we haven't met yet, and they're all going to be there. So we're going to dash in, do a Cubby's run, pick up some supplies, and leave Pookie in charge of things around here again. We put the Bear radio in the little pop-up, keep it dry in case it rains again. And at this point, I think Pookie's probably in there going, oh, for Christ's sake, can you put on some Earth, Wind, and Fire or something? Yeah, quick trip to town for good family purposes. Stock up. It's not a bad day either, so we lucked out again.
So, trial and error here all the time, and I've noticed that when you cut poles and you want to put them on logs, the supporting logs always seem to wiggle around and shift, and it makes it a lot harder. So I happened to find an old string tied around one of the logs here that I was going to use to support the log I was going to cut. I thought, well, maybe I could just kind of keep it together and keep a log in between that, kind of making like a fat H or a capital I this way. So far, so good. So what I've done right now is I've cut 4 vertical poles for our new bathroom, and I wanted to make them as close as possible. So you've got one that you cut, and then you take the other one, and what I did was I wanted to keep one end butted up just nice and flush, so as close as possible. It's not completely straight, but sometimes straight edge like an old board. So right here I'm just kind of tapping it. Try to get them even, like there. And then I thought, well, what can I do to keep this board in place? And yesterday, I brought back from our bus a pry bar. Anyway, I found out that the angle at the end of the pry bar really works well if I go in this way, and it really butts up against the butting up board. Kind of cool. So I'm just going to stick it in here. If it goes in, let's see if I can redo it. So as I push it in, the handle will go that way. And the earth is just so soft here that the pry bar goes in nice and easy. There we go. So now they're somewhat even. So I just need to shave a little bit off here. There, makes it nice and even.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're experiencing finally a little die-off of mosquitoes, and I tell you what, it feels like a holiday.
Right.
It's so nice.
Just standing.
Yeah,
Breathing is-
just not fighting them constantly. We were talking about it, and we realized that when the mosquitoes are bad like that, it's exhausting because you're literally just fighting them, and it causes you to be tense and frustrated, and it
can't
makes it
take
really
your time.
hard to focus and concentrate and just do things. So today it's like, oh,
Yes,
it's so nice, even though you
I do.
have a dead one on your face.
Oh,
In Alaska, we show our love by picking the dead mosquitoes off each other's face. Well, we have a grebe nest there. I see eggs. However, nobody's sitting on them. And they look a little disheveled. So I am not 100% sure that that nest has not been abandoned. I think it has. That's the one right by our tent. Wonder what happened there. I hope it wasn't us discouraged them. I have seen some other kind of duck hanging out here. And maybe that's what made the grebes decide that they're going to abandon those eggs. Definitely looks abandoned.
Okay, so we discussed the angle cut, and we both thought that a template would be better and safer than previously discussed. So I wanted to make a simulation of the 1 foot in difference in the height and the same length from the front to the back on the actual structure that we're making. So I made a smaller replica and just to be able to get the right angle. So now I'm going to ask you to hold this up so I can draw a straight line at the right angle.
There's a bird in the cabin.
Yeah, so sweet.
Let's see here. Where is he?
You're not going to hurt him.
No, I'm going to try to help guide him out. Of course I'm not going to hurt him.
There he goes. Just open the door. There you go.
There he comes. He's almost there. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet that's one of my Swenson's dashes, too.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm scared you more than I'm scared already. You're just not getting it, dude. No, if we just leave and stop scaring him, he'll probably find his way out. Come out. I'm saying let's leave so he won't be scared, and then he'll probably find the door. Is my thinking, you know. I'll wait here for a second to see if we get to see him liberate himself.
He flew right toward the camera. There he is. Hello.
Today is such a miserably wet day. It's just pouring, pouring, pouring. It poured all night. And Jack discovered that the new roof half of the cabin has got a leak in it in the corner. So he, like the true hero that he is, unfolded this huge, very wet tarp and got it strung up on a couple of ropes, and we managed to pull it over to protect that.
Oh!
Good job. Thank you, my love. But yeah, it should help. I mean, it's going to keep it from drenching the new floor in there at least. Oy.
Yeah, we'll see if that little lonely drip in the Tupperware bowl stops inside.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, today is a drencher. Serious drencher. It's very wet.
Yeah,
I mean,
below.
huh?
Send all this weather to south of Washington.
Yeah, really. I wish we could send this rain to where they really need it. I think we've had enough. Okay, I'm going to go back into that warm, dry tent and continue working on videos.
Yeah.
All right, here's the Tupperware sitting here to catch the drip. Hopefully that tarp will at least slow it down. Not seeing any dripping right now. Maybe it did the trick. Yeah. It's so wet today. So for the last 36 hours or so, I don't know exactly, but it's been more than 24 hours. We've been dealing with just epic rain. I mean, epic amounts of rain. It's been unrelenting, pounding all day, all night. Yesterday, as I filmed, we had to cover the cabin because it's leaking a bit on the new side, unfortunately. And right now, it's taking a little break, maybe easing up. The weather is supposed to improve a little bit, but it's been rough, man. I mean, all we can do is hunker down and get firewood, and that's what we're about to do now, is take down a tree so that we'll have some good dry wood, because obviously we're just going to have to keep in a fire, just trying to keep the tent from being too damp and miserable. You know, we're trying to keep our spirits up and stay warm and cozy, at least inside the tent. The forecast said that the accumulation of rain Yesterday could be a quarter of an inch. And as you can see, the canoe is like half full. It was not a quarter of an inch. This is definitely not the summer I was envisioning. He's unarming the alarm system. Disarming the alarm system, not unarming. He's disarming the alarm system so he can get through. Got to take down that dead tree right there. All these dead trees got to go eventually, and we need the firewood. Hopefully that guy will be nice and dry in the middle and easy to split, because that's what we need. Like I said, trying to keep our spirits up, trying to stay warm and dry as much as possible. Keep the tent from getting too damp and miserable. I like the way you have your headphones on. It looks like fly eyes. Well, at least the rain has stopped for the moment. What do you know? Alright, he's got the wedge out. He's going to do the final cut. And hopefully that puppy will fall right where he wants it. There it goes. Little askew, but that worked out. Woo! It is so wet. It is raining so hard. I have a stack of dishes from last night that I chose not to do. So I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I've spread them out, and I'm letting the rain beat them clean. Ha ha ha! Take that, Mother Nature. You're doing my dishes now. This is the kind of wood splitting we like. Yeehaw! Wow, look at that. Even got kindling on that one. Oh. Nice and dry, nice straight grain, no knots. This is good stuff. Starting to brighten up out here too. Wow. First timber lock going in. We got great big 8-inch timber locks. It's going to go right through that log and down into the log below it. We're going to solidify a good foundation and then build something really wacky on top of it. Because that's the way we roll.
And then poop in it every day.
And then poop in it every day.
Show our appreciation.
Sometimes twice.
Ooh, yeah.
It's gonna be a funky little crapper, but it's gonna be our funky little crapper.
Honey, where are you?
I fell in!
Oh, hello.
Help me!
We had so much rain that we have to bail out the water because we didn't have it covered. And it probably was about, what do you think, about a foot?
Yeah, probably.
A foot of water in there. That was just rainwater. We're just nosy neighbors here.
Fortunately, the hole has never been used for its destined purposes yet. Because otherwise, this would be a really messy job.
Oh yeah, it'd just be crappier than necessary.
Last bucket I put out this way, half of it went back in the hole, so
Ooh.
there we go. Yeah, it's almost done. I didn't realize it had filled up that much. Good thing you said something. I'm like, nah, it's gotta always be a little wet down there. We're so close to the lake that we would have to go I don't even know how far away to not, to be far enough away from the water table that we could dig a really deep hole. We're far enough away, everything will be filtered. It's not like we're going to pollute the lake with sewage or anything. And yeah, it's a fact of life. You can't dig too deep here because we're all very low level.
You should like christen it while you're down there. I don't know if we can show that. But
No, we can't.
no, okay.
I know.
We might.
Okay, we're calling it a day. We got much done. We got our corner posts up, and we just spent a long time trying to figure out what are we gonna make the walls out of, Because we could make them all logs. We could use some of the old plywood that came out of the cabin, but that's kind of icky. And we just walked down to look at what's left of the pile of lumber, and there's a lot. So I think we're just going to do lumber walls. It'll be quick, it'll be easy. This thing will be done in a few days. So now it's time to rest and relax, and I'm going to rub Jack's shoulders because he's been slinging that chainsaw all day. Just amazing. Love that guy. So while I've been cooking dinner, Dr. Frankenstein has had Monster in the shop, the wilderness shop. He found an old gas can and sawed it in half, made himself an oil pan.
Oh, you noticed.
I did notice.
I was hoping you would.
And so he's taking excellent care of Monster. What a lucky monster. And what a lovely evening. Oh. Couldn't have come at a better time. Because quite frankly, we were getting to the end of our weather rope. There's been a mouse in the cabin. And I'm hearing something. And I think it's caught in one of these boxes. Where is he? Could be in this one. I hear a monster. Purring like a kitten, like it always does. Okay, well, I'm going to wait till I hear that scratching again and then dump out another box or two and see if we can see that guy. And no sooner did I say that than I started hearing the scratching again. Where are you, you little bastard? Oh, I see him. He's in this box. Okay. You silly, stupid little rodent. There he is. Oh, you're a big fat one too, aren't you? Dang, I wish mice weren't so cute. Yeah, see ya. Gotcha. Now what do I do? Dude, you're so stupid. Oh. Ugh. What are you gonna do now? This is not a shrew, this is a mouse. This is a house mouse. And he's decided that he wants to be in this cabin. Oh, dude, come on, really? This is why we have to keep everything that he might like. Or you're just going to come out right in front of me, aren't you? Oh, you're just adorable. Oh. Yeah. Well, if Pookie were in here, she would take care of it, but she doesn't really come in here. Got the mouse in the box.
Oh, wow.
He's out now, but I got great footage of him.